Okay, welcome everyone to this month's edition of our last Sunday of every month meetup, IWS Canada. We have had lots of developments in the past little while. We had a wonderful World Watercolor Day. Much thanks to Luan for coordinating that at IWS, or sorry, at VAM, Visual Arts Mississauga. And we had a great Mexico trip as well. I mean, you may have seen some photos of that in the video we made. Chris was on that. And do we have any other members here? No members who were also on the trip. But yeah, that was a great time. So definitely more of those to come, and working on one for Holland now, late June. So keep that in mind if you want to visit Holland and go biking in the countryside, visit Leiden, visit the very old town of Leiden, which is beautiful. It's where Rembrandt lived. The Pilgrims lived there. It's where IWS Holland had their exhibition last year. So I have some contacts there. We can meet up with some IWS Holland and Belgium members. Maybe some of our members like Ingrid and Rita can come and meet us there too. So
You have
more
the date?
information. Sorry?
You have
More
the date?
information. That'll be late June. I have to confirm the date, but it'll be maybe around the 22nd to somewhere between the 22nd and July 4th. But yeah, I'll confirm that. Probably the 28th to the 2nd, 28th of June to the 2nd of July. But there'll be more information on that very soon, and I'll publicize it. And so yeah, we'll base it around Leiden. We can do a day trip to Amsterdam, to some of the galleries there. There's a Rijksmuseum, there's a Van Gogh Museum. But even Leiden itself is a beautiful little town. You can walk around it in a day. It's all from the Golden Age, from the 1500s. The town itself goes back to, I think, 1100. And there's a little fortification in the center, and the whole town is built upon that. And there's canals everywhere. It's a gorgeous town. So more information on that to come as well. We have also, yeah, we're going to have some teaching schedules coming up as well, also around Visual Arts Mississauga. So that'll be more info to that to come as well. We're going to try and have more events going on there in general. And yeah, our magazine, Mina just joined here. So Mina, who is now helping us with the magazine, is busy working on one of the articles, and we will have that for you March 1st. So that's, unfortunately, we lost Cynthia, who was doing a great job on it before. But we're still going to have a pretty hefty magazine for you on the 1st of March. So look out for that. And yeah. So does anybody have anything particular they want to show or talk about? Luan, did you want to mention anything? Maybe I missed something.
No, I'm fine. Fine.
Yeah.
You basically covered everything already.
Okay. How was the what's the report on the World Watercolor Day last month? How was that?
That went well, despite the weather. It was a storm day.
Yeah.
But everybody there was having fun. Although we had some technical difficulties, but we still yet to put our heads together again, because that is not going to be an easy solution.
Yeah, the internet connection was not so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might go back in sometime this week and meet with Naz about, some future events and things. I'm gonna do some stuff in June, I think. So yeah. But yeah, if we get that coordinated with the internet connection, we can do some live events and at the very least record it and then put it out on our YouTube channel. So more
If you go there, you might as well go there next week, because in March, they will be busy with the summer camp for the children.
Okay, yeah. I saw some photos of that. That looks good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have a small group this time around. Anybody want to go forward and be the first to discuss or show their work? Chris, do you want to go ahead?
Sure. Actually, I want to show something.
You've been busy with some follow-up stuff from the trip, right?
Yeah.
Tried out the charcoal paint.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Looks pretty ugly. Blah, blah.
That's all right. This was from the Mexico trip. If you, I don't know if you saw the photos, but Tara Lojero, who she works at the Watercolor Museum, she gave us a bit of instruction and some new materials, one of which is this liquid charcoal. Do you have it there to show?
Yeah, I've got the different brand. I've got the Nitrum, this one.
Oh, I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's not as nice as the one that we used and stuff. And but it does work okay. Yeah. I just find that you don't get as strong, like you have to do layers and layers and layers to get it really strong.
Yeah.
As opposed to the other one, it seemed like, just add a little more paint and you're done.
Right.
So,
right.
But this one you really have to work at. So
yeah, that was an interesting way to go. Like me personally, I like the Yatsutomo Sumi ink, and you can water that down and make grays. But this was an interesting way to go, where it's more like watercolor paint than ink. It's you can
and the fact
focus
that
on
you
your tones
paint over it, right?
Yeah.
So that you can add the color over top, which is kind of cool too. So yeah. But I'll show you what I've done. So this is my yesterday's project, just for fun. Basically a wet on wet and putting in some trees, a few little stars. Kind of reminds me of my cabin. And when we look up on the deck, that's kind of what we see. So little fun and stuff. And then of course, I don't know if I showed my polar bear.
Oh, very nice.
So that's on hot press paper and stuff. And I quite liked it. It was okay. Again, just for fun. Another one from the Mexico trip.
Nice.
That was I can't remember the name of that church, but I think it was the original church that the Spaniards built.
Oh yeah.
In Coyoacan.
San Lucindo de something.
something.
San Pedro de.
Exactly. And then of course I took Tara's course. It was supposed to be 2 weeks ago. I did it last week via Zoom. And it was a Pacific Northwest.
Oh, nice.
So this is in Washington. And so she took the photo and then she walked us through how to paint it and stuff. So
I forgot to make you the spotlight here. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Now you can see.
Yeah. So I kind of like this. I just got my feedback on it. So I'm starting to trying to touch that one up a little bit and stuff. So it's kind of cool. And then weirdly, I was a friend of mine. She just got back from Thailand, and she was staying with this guy named Bancha Ma, and he belongs to IWS Thailand and stuff.
That's nice.
And anyway, so she brought me back his little card from, I guess he has an Airbnb, and so they stayed with him. And anyways, they were like, they saw the IWS logo in his house, and then she went, "Oh, a friend that belongs to IWS in Canada." So anyways, so that was kind of cool. She bought me this and brought it home. So I thought that was kind of neat. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I got one more little one somewhere here. Where'd it go? Nope, can't find it. I just might have dropped it already. Yeah, I don't know where it's gone. Next month. Yeah. So that's it for me.
Great. Thanks, Chris. Do you want to talk a bit about the Mexico trip? What were your highlights?
My highlights, other than having a head cold the whole time I was there, which was no fun, but just being outside every day and having that time to just sit and soak up like some of the whole atmosphere and like the churches that we visited and stuff. And yeah, it was, to me, it was really quite exhilarating. So I
Mhm.
took more photos than I did the actual painting, but so now I'm starting to work through all my photos, and I thought, okay, yeah, now I'll paint them and stuff. I still find it very bizarre that nobody spoke really much English there. I just did not expect that.
Yeah.
So I guess if we're going to Mexico again, I'll have to learn Spanish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, such a great experience, really. And I love the place where I stayed. It was wonderful.
Mhm. Oh yeah, your
So,
place was amazing. That
mhm.
was
Yeah.
super luxury. We realized what we
Yeah.
were missing over at the other Airbnb.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. And we didn't all get sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
An
so
extra bonus for
yeah.
that building.
No kidding. Eh? No kidding. So yeah.
Well,
So yeah,
next year,
definitely like to go again to the
oh
same
yeah,
place.
it was
Yeah.
very, it was even more successful than I expected. Just the fact that everyone was so easy to get around and mobile, and we all
Mhm.
agreed on what we wanted to do. So there was no, some people want to do this, sometimes there was, but then they do that and then they do this. Like we went to the wrestling, and
Yep.
it was easy to kind of navigate like that. So that was
Yep.
good. So next year I'm going to add on San Miguel as an extra option. It's a 4-hour bus ride from Mexico City, but it's a beautiful, very luxurious bus. It's like flying business class on a plane. You get a big lounge chair basically. And they used to provide you with lunch, but now they've cut that back. So you got to bring your own lunch now. But it's a beautiful town. It's a real tourist destination. Um, I don't know if it still is, but it was a UNESCO heritage site for a long time,
Hmm.
and it has a lot of history. It's where it's the history. I don't know that the guy, I guess, what was his name? Anyway, he was a soldier and he wanted to advance in the military, but he wasn't born in Spain, so he wasn't allowed to. And so then he staged this revolt, and which was then crushed, and then he became like this martyr who represented, the people against the Spanish oppressive majority. And so it's a real historical town, and it's full of art galleries. And in fact, we were walking around, and again, it's not sort of like you. We saw an IWS logo on a window, and I walked in. Oh, hey, what's this place? And then they, said, oh yeah, so and so. She's part of it, and I still haven't contacted her yet. But it's good to know there's connection there. That's what's great. It's like the Rotary Club. There's always chapters around the world you can connect with. So at least, and that was there's this place called Fabrica Aurora, which is a big, huge, it used to be a factory. Now it's this giant art gallery complex. They have all these different rooms and uh, furniture and big paintings, oils, and they even have there's one room they had a few like Picasso and some well-known people. I guess they're lesser known works or something. But yeah, it's a small little town. You can walk around the town, but yet it's just so rich in culture and art and history. So I'll add that on. I didn't add it on this trip because I wanted to make sure people could handle at least this. But obviously, that's not a problem. So we can add that on next time. So let me shrink you down here. Spotlight. All right, Lorraine, do you want to go next? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, I
There you
didn't
go.
have anything to show you because my studio is under construction.
Oh,
So
okay.
I put in a new floor and I had to empty everything out. Not a lot of painting going on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no
Yeah.
problem.
Not for another couple of weeks anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Cheryl, do you want to go next?
I got nothing.
No, no problem. There's just some nice stuff behind you there.
Oh, thank you.
That's not nothing there.
Well, I got a few things, but
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, Rich.
Well, I've been creating a new kind of a palette, actually. I've noticed that, especially in watercolor, and when I teach and everything, I see so many people making muddy paintings. And so with that in mind, I decided to, and grays are important. Like I follow 3 or 4 different artists quite closely, and one is Tom Schaller in the States, another one and is Scott Christensen. He's in Idaho. He's an oil painter. And then up here in Canada, there's a guy by the name of, oh no, why am I having a brain cramp? But he's really, really colorful. And so I'm pushing color a lot, but I also like the grays. And Scott Christensen got me really going. I watched a video of his one time. The first 45 minutes of the video was him mixing grays and gray colors on his palette. And then in the next hour, he produced a 30 by 40 oil painting that was just spectacular.
Wow.
And so keeping that in mind, I've gathered about the 10 different grays and the grayscale in watercolor and added them to my palette along with the Mike Swab Colorful and Tom Schaller complementaries. And I started painting a lot of grays in paintings, but I don't get the mud because I specifically start out with the gray in mind and then add, so I get blue grays, yellow grays, green grays, whatever, red grays. And it's given me a whole new outlook on paintings. And I've done a couple of them so far. And this is one of them.
Oh, we can't see it because of your thing.
Yeah. How do I get rid of that background?
Go to
Video settings,
video settings.
Video setting.
bottom left, maybe? Second,
Under preferences.
Yeah, okay. We got participant.
Yeah, preferences, settings, background and effects.
I think that's up here somewhere. I got everything's different on mine because I'm on an Apple.
There we go.
Anyway, try something else here. Just go this way. No, that isn't working. Anyway, I'll get it figured out and before the end of the show, and then maybe I can cut back in a little later.
Yeah.
But
There you
anyway,
go.
it's a lot with
Found it there.
grays. If you can get them, if your sharp colors still stay sharp, and your grays, the color of gray that you want, isn't muddy, and that is a big challenge for a lot of people. It's getting away from the mud in their paintings, and so I've just been working at that, and that's about it. That I'm doing a challenge where I've got to take the same scene, which is the one that's right behind me as the wallpaper, and I'm doing it winter and I'm doing it summer for the exact same scene. And the differences when you go color to gray, it becomes quite spectacular, the differences in how you can do it. So that's what I've been up to.
Oh, great. Well, we're also going to have another members challenge in this magazine coming out. So we've got some, again, as last time, we've got some lovely brushes that from Golden Maple Brushes. It's a complete set, so it's quite a nice prize for the winners, and we'll do it by vote on the chat like we did last time. So next time we have, I think it's March 31st, I think. That's when we'll have the vote for the winner. That will be yeah, March 31st. We'll have our next meeting. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Rich.
Okay.
Good luck with that challenge.
Hey, is that better?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, there we go. You got it. You want to show us? Hold on a sec. There we go. Nice.
So that's it. That's winter in grays.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I'm working towards in summer.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, thanks.
Okay. How about
Phone
Mariana?
is going, yeah, my phone is going to die.
Oh, okay, Mina, do
soon.
you want to go next? We'll put
So
you
I'll go next because probably I will not stay until the end.
Okay.
So just I work with people. I like to draw people mostly, and I've been trying to make some two people instead of portrait. So I'll just show. Can I change this direction? Maybe not. No. Okay, so I'll just go like that. So I'm working on this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to not get too muddy
Mm-hmm.
and not too detailed too much there. So
Nice
just
color
small
balance too.
experiments. That's kind of, you can figure out that talking about emotions and stuff like that. Different kinds of paper.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? Like that. And then I try to make them, because I work also in acrylic, change to acrylic. I don't know if you can see.
Oh yeah.
And I have other works in progress in acrylic. So that's what I'm doing. Trying to be loose and not too muddy with people.
Yeah. And you're helping out with the magazine. So
Yeah.
thank you for that.
No problem.
It's almost ready. I'm adding the last few things on it, and then we'll have it for the first. Still the French translation. I told Dan McKenzie that we're not gonna have time to do a full grammar check and everything, so but we'll have a nice, pretty solid magazine to release March 1st.
Learning the Affinity program, it's not bad because the Adobe products are so expensive now.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, Affinity is nice.
Probably I'll stop having them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like Affinity. I don't regret switching.
Yeah. So I don't mind to learn that.
Yeah.
Okay. My phone is
all right.
lower and lower, so I might disappear like without.
No problem. Okay, thank you, Mina.
No problem.
Okay, Mariana.
Yeah, I can show a couple of paintings I made. The first one.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Great
solitude.
atmosphere.
Yeah, and the other one I posted in that new magazine. This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm working right now on the third one, and it's kind of not ready yet, so I'd rather not show it. That's it.
Great. Thank you very much. And let's see. How about Michelle?
Well, let's see. Laura.
Oh, congratulations, by the way, on winning the gallery selection from last magazine. Are you liking those? You got the brushes? Are you liking them?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. That's a great brush, eh?
And this one too. This is
a
lovely brush. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Laura, at the Mississauga, the World Watercolour event in Mississauga. So Laura, I couldn't make it. I was teaching that day, but Laura Vest went, and I had her pick up. I arranged with Rockwell and had a set of charm paints for me. So I was really thankful to her for picking that up. And then we got together and we were able to meet for the first time. So we were kind of friends online, and then we got to see each other face to face. So that was great. So I've been experimenting with Rockwell, and I did this.
A bit blurry.
Yeah. Why is it blurry? Why is it doing that? Okay.
That's because your background is blurred.
Where's my background blur?
If you go to
Zoom, go to
zoom.us, click preferences, and
None.
then go
Okay.
to background and
Got it.
effects. You got it?
Yeah, got it. Okay. So let me get rid of that. Yeah, so anyways, you can't,
Oh, nice. And that's based on the theme, the names of the paints, because I know the names have
they're
all-
really
all-
wild.
yeah, whole
They're
stories
funny.
behind it.
Yeah. God's Back and
Yeah,
Alpha
well,
Wing.
God's
and
Back is
stuff
one of my
like that.
favorites.
Yeah.
God's Back and Magic Wizard are my two favorites.
Yeah. So right in here, right here, there's like purples and weird colors. It's just really lots of fun. And then I did this one. And I absolutely loved this here, gray up here. And like that. And then the rocks were all, let's see if you can really see. They went light, I'm going backwards, light colors and dark colors in this rock. So it's pretty cool. So that was fun. This is what I did. It has nothing to do with Rockwell, but
Oh, very nice. Wow, great detail on the hands there.
that's my mother's hands quilting. So somebody from California saw it and asked me to send them a print of it. And I was like, yeah, okay, I can do that. And I'm working, this is the photo. So that's the photo. I'm working on it right now.
Oh, nice.
Everything's backwards here. And there it is. Yeah. So you know how Michael Solovignon
Soloviev?
Yeah, he does his swish thing.
Yeah.
He has like a swish with this brush. So that brush. So I'm trying to get that swish effect to make it actually look like the bird is moving. So we'll see if that works.
Yeah. Nice warm and cool color balance there.
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll turn out well.
Yeah.
And my paintings have been accepted in a couple of galleries, so pretty excited about that.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So I sold one just recently in a gallery called Rainbow Gallery and Cafe. So they have a little cafe and a gallery, and she does shows like all the time and teaches from her cafe. So it's really a very cute, quaint place. So nice. One of my paintings sold there. And then there's one that's going into, it's called Art in the Workplace in Hamilton. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah.
Oh, lots of projects on the go.
Yeah.
And we've got another member challenge coming, so
yeah,
it's another one to work
look
on.
forward to it.
Okay. Luan already spoke.
I grabbed,
Clarita.
oh, sorry.
Sorry, Cheryl. What's that?
I was gonna say I grabbed some things there, but she has plenty, I think.
Is Cheryl going to speak?
No,
lovely
you go first.
Lovely to see you, Cheryl.
Good to see you too.
And in your studio, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything to share just now, though I have been working on a few pieces. Though lately it has been all about Frida, because thank you, Ian, for giving me the info about Mexico City. And I did go to the Anthropology Museum. It took a long time there, but
yeah, that's a great museum.
Yeah, but going to Coyoacan and visiting that church that we are all trying to remember the name of, and also walking all over the streets there, and going to Frida's house, that was a really immersive experience, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. And then also seeing her husband's murals in the National Palace, the frescoes everywhere. I mean, like, that was also mind-blowing because of the detail that was there in Diego's murals. I mean, it's something that is definitely astounding, in terms of how he has displayed the history right from the Aztecs to the current time. And so thank you for your tips on what to see and where to go. It kind of helped me, make a checklist from the wide variety of stuff that, Mexico has to offer.
Oh yeah, there's so much.
And of course, and then eating, those, the ants' eggs and the tacos and the dragonflies.
The crickets and the
yeah. So, it was such a, mind-blowing experience in terms of food, culture, architecture. I've taken a ton of photos, and like somebody else mentioned, I have to find the time to curate them and to come up with the ones that I want to paint. But since I got back, it's been all about Frida in every form, in every way, and how she shows her pain and at the same time her joy. And then, of course, learning about her and why, it has manifested in the way it has. That was a very rich experience for me, to see how she and Diego are icons, literally there in Mexico City now. So it was very rewarding. I missed coming on your trip, but then I just got back from Mexico City over a week ago, and I think I caught most of what you were talking about. And I think San Miguel would be an excellent place, because I've heard about some other artists from the Mississauga Watercolour Societies, who have also been there, and they've sat and painted with other artists. I believe that's a great experience to do that.
It's a popular destination.
Yeah, I believe so. So that's, Mexico City is still on my list to go back again.
Oh yeah, there's so much. It's such a big place. You can never exhaust the number of things to do there. Did you meet
very
Tere?
Inspiring. Yeah, sorry.
Did you meet Tere while you were there?
No, I didn't, but I was in conversation with him on email. And I guess, in terms of distances, it may not have been convenient. But we were in the center in Zocalo, and everything was within walking distance for us, other than, of course, making the trip to Coyoacan. So
yeah. Oh, great! You had that chance.
It was wonderful to get away from, of course, the cold over here too. That was
yeah. And what's amazing too is that there's so many other dimensions to Mexico than just Mexico City. That's just one. There's so many other cities. It's such a
You always hear about people going to Cancun and Punta Cana, and I keep thinking, okay, the beaches are great, but let's go into the history. And it has such a, detailed history from the Aztecs, the Mayans, and their temples, and then the Spanish influence. There's a lot that this city, and of course Mexico as a whole, has to offer. So very rich heritage.
Exactly. Yeah. Great. Well, thank you. I'm glad you were able to have that opportunity.
And then coming back and painting Frida. That's what I've been all doing. Let's share some next time. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Guess we have done everone. iPhone.
Cheryl, I think Cheryl, I kind of overstepped.
Oh, Cheryl, did you want to say something?
Well, I grabbed some things I was working on. I haven't been painting much since December, so I've been doing I did a workshop on sumacs, so I have like an entire series of, which is the way I work. I'll work on one step at a time, but this is just background. Having a hard time doing the mirror image here. And then what I do is I mask it out, and There we go.
Mm,
And
nice.
paint the background. This one's painted twice because I didn't like it. Peel it off. And Smith. I have a bunch of these because yeah. There's another one there.
Wow.
Wow.
Can never get them the same, of course. And this is almost finished. Same one, almost finished.
Wow, nice. The
Almost
depth,
finished.
the depth is gorgeous.
Lovely colors.
Yeah.
And this is another one, but this one's really almost finished. Pink on my screen. I can't get it all on. And of course, the background, I did a background too. So
Nice.
that's about it. And it's been a dismal month for painting for me. Too many. So family.
Oh, yeah, that can happen.
They get in the way.
Yeah. Okay, thanks, Cheryl. Who do we have left now? We had somebody who disappeared now.
Ian, before I forget, I met Nazreen the other day, and I will be seeing her at the board meeting on Tuesday. She is very excited about a workshop or something that you're going to be doing on Mondays, and she was saying that everybody will be looking forward to that. So
Yeah.
just thought I'd share that with you.
Yeah, I'm working on that now, working on some, I'm thinking of making it based around figures, painting figures. She wanted something specific. First, I thought, well, do something general, watercolor tips and techniques, but she asked for something more focused. So I'm going to do first a general demo, and then we do something focused in terms of, I think figures is a good one to go to because it's there's so much you can explore in that.
Yeah.
All the shapes and poses, and there's a lot of things out there already on landscape, so it might be a good way to go.
Yeah, and she wanted to also work with the Rockwell paints.
Yeah,
and
right.
see if they can be promoted there. So I think there's an opportunity there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I spoke to Helena at Rockwell already. I called her the same day. I met with Naz last week, and I called Helena, but she's off to China now for about a month or something. She's away for a while. But yeah, she's definitely interested in working together, and we can include that in part of the demos and instructions, and because they are really good paints, and they're local, and I was a bit skeptical at first. I thought, well, maybe it's just some local thing that's not really serious, but they are very good paints, in fact.
Where are they made?
I guess they must be made locally, so I'm not sure exactly where. Their office is in Concord or Vaughan, that sort of area, just north of Toronto.
I think she said Vaughan last time when I asked her.
Yeah, there's lots of factories and things around there, so probably locally there.
So they're actually produced here in Canada. Lovely.
Some things like their brushes are from China, so that it's not all made here, but they'll import things and resell them. But the paint, as far as I know, is local.
Doug Geldart and I drove up.
There you go. Oh yeah.
But I bought the whole set.
Wait, so hold it up again. Let me spotlight there for you. Is that the charm set? The charm set is great.
It is.
That's what I bought. Yeah.
The magic set.
Yeah, that's all of them. That's a great set. Yeah.
Is that what you used for your paintings, Cheryl? What you displayed now?
No, I've never used it before. Sorry, I had something fall down here. Sorry. No, I've never used it before. I just use Winsor Newton, Holbein, what else? Not Holbein.
Daniel Smith.
Daniel Smith and Da Vinci. So that's about it. But no, these seem pretty good. I've only did a little thing with them so far. But We'll see.
Yeah. They're quite unique. They're fun just to play with on their own even. You just watch
Yeah.
watch them kind of separate. And,
Yeah, I do like the separating part. I've
yeah.
struggled to find other paints that separate.
Yeah. There are some by Daniel Smith, but I find these do a better job. There's the duochrome ones by Daniel Smith, but I was never a huge fan of those.
Hmm. Well, I'd like to do some portraits with these, see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and drippy landscapes.
yeah. The Magic Wizard, that's I think my #1 favorite. I think that should be there somewhere. It's sort of a mix of orange and yellow and some reds and
Oh yeah, yeah, that's a great one.
yeah, yeah, that's my favorite.
Separates into different colors, which is
Yeah,
great.
yeah, that's a good one.
I have a complaint about some watercolor paper that was very expensive.
Oh yeah, which one?
Fluid.
Oh
I
yeah.
use that.
And it's like 100% cotton and really thick, right? 300 pounds.
Mhm.
And I was taking it off the block and it ripped.
Oh,
And I put some masking tape on it and it was pulling up the masking tape.
No.
And I'm just like, I hate this stuff.
Can you say the name of it again?
Yeah, fluid.
Fluid.
yeah.
Oh,
I went through some a fluid phase for a while. They had the cellulose one was fairly decent for cellulose, but I find Winsor Newton is at least my personal favorite for watercolor paper. It's always, I don't know, the consistency of it. It's bright. It's yeah, it's my favorite by far.
Not Arches?
Arches is good. It's decent, but it's sort of like A versus A plus. You know, when you get to that level, they're all very good, but there's a little maybe 5% difference one compared to another. I find Winsor Newton is just a little bit better. It's just a bit more, it reflects the colors better somehow. I find the Arches, it absorbs a bit more compared to Winsor Newton, which seems to reflect the colors. It doesn't suck in the colors as much as Arches does. But Arches is good. It's a go-to paper. I have lots of Arches still. I have a huge roll down in the basement that, you know, I bought a year and a half ago to try and offset against inflation. I thought I better stock up now before the stuff is like double the price. So I'm still going through the roll, and it's fine. I do a lot of stuff in Arches still, but I just find Winsor Newton is really nice. You just got to make sure it's the 100% cotton and not the cellulose. Because it looks very similar. I've been fooled a few times and got the cellulose and was disappointed. So yeah, and it's cheaper than Arches too, in fact, Winsor Newton.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's usually, they have blocks, but blocks are very expensive. Usually I buy the sheets and I cut them up, and that's a good cost saver. And in fact, you can make your own blocks, but you get a piece of masonite board, and then you just cut up your pieces, and you just tape one piece to it, and you tape another piece on top, and then it works like a block. You can just keep taking the tape off and doing another painting once you've done the one on top, because the blocks are way overpriced. They're ridiculous. Except for I have a little small Winsor Newton. It's nice to let me find it for you. It's a good one to try it out. I think Chris bought it. It's a little pocket-sized one. It's about $10. Oh, can't see it. There you go.
Visible.
Yeah.
And most art stores have it. It's about $10, and it's a good sort of trial. You can test it out. But I've tried so many different papers, and I love Winsor Newton.
Have you found that the Arches lately is not the same as the Arches it used to be?
Yeah, I have found that.
It's inconsistent.
It's sometimes I've had Arches that feels like you're painting a paper towel.
That's right.
What is
like
this?
A blotter.
Yeah, I was like, what is this? Why is it? This is awful. This is not Arches. Like,
I'm glad you said that. I thought it was coming up.
Well, it depends whether you get cold press, hot press, or bright white. I mean, Arches, been to the factory, and to me it's the best, but that's just one man's opinion.
It is good. It is good. Like it is. That's what I mean. It's Arches, the ones at the top, the differences are very subtle, and there depends on the person as well. So I can easily see arches being many people's favorites. It's, in fact, it's my go-to in general, but it's such a tiny difference that unless you're really trying to compare and really geeking out about it, you're not going to notice. And it could be that the differences are not what you want for your painting style. So
yeah,
there.
Some people swear by Fabriano.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Fab, but again, it still does the job. But yeah, it's like, is it the painter who's looking at it, or is it the viewer who's looking at it? Most people are not going to tell a difference if it's any of the high quality papers, whether Fabriano, Winsor Newton, Arches. No viewer is going to really tell a difference, but you'll know the difference just because of the way your working style and what
you're used to.
Yeah, exactly. So it's in the eye of the beholder, really. It's as long as you're 100% cotton, using a good brand, it's all personal preference after that.
I got company just arrived, so I'm gonna have to leave. Have a
Okay.
great day.
Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
The Winsor Newton, what's the like Arches has a sort of a texture to it, right? What is Winsor Newton like that?
Well, this is the cold press. Like, you can get rough press as well, or rough cold press, hot press.
Yeah.
Those options are there. Hot press is tricky to work with unless you're doing very high detail work. Hot press is sort of specific for maybe if you're doing very, very precise work. But if you're doing just general watercolor, then cold press is usually the best one to go with.
Are you using 140?
Yeah, 140 is usually. They have 300 as well. But yeah, this is 140. This is just general. This is just general 140 cold press watercolor paper.
What I'm asking about is the Arches cold press 140, 100% done. Okay, it has like a texture on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And does Winsor Newton have a texture?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's the cold press texture.
Okay.
That's how they press it. So the pressing creates the texture. So hot press doesn't have the texture. Hot press is flat. So hot press really, it's you should only use it if you're using it specifically for that reason. And that the reason you use it usually is if you're doing high detailed work and you don't want to have texture in your washes. In fact, usually you don't do washes. It would be like it absorbs into the paper in a strange way. So yeah, I'm not a fan of hot press myself. Cold press is good enough. Rough is if you really want texture, if you really want that effect in your brush strokes. But again, cold press I find that's fine. It's perfect. So you don't need anything else other than that.
This fluid cold press, it's like it has no texture.
Oh, maybe maybe you're using hot press. Does it say hot press?
No, it says cold press.
Okay, 140.
Cold press, and there's no texture on it. It's
really
terrible.
Did you buy a sheet?
Ever buy it?
Did you buy a sheet of it?
Maybe
I just bought a blog.
Okay. Wow. Oh, that, yeah. No.
Yeah. Oh, see, because cold press finish.
Yeah.
Maybe it's kind of a not actual cold press. It's a mimic of cold press or something. Was it cheaper than usual?
Little bit, but it was still pretty expensive.
Yeah, because that says cold press finish. This just says cold press. So yeah, that's suspect. But I do know fluid. I used to buy fluid because I used to do art classes for beginners, and they had a cheaper fluid brand that was almost as good as regular paper, but not as expensive. And it was decent, but yeah, if you're really doing a piece you want to do well on, it's better just to get the best paper you can find. And if you want to try out a piece of paper, it's good to just go buy a sheet of it, because then you're not committing to a block, which are often quite expensive. You buy a sheet and you just cut it up yourself. Just get a X-Acto knife and a ruler, and you can make your own, because you save so much money compared to buying blocks. They are convenient having a block, but yeah, I never buy blocks anymore. It's
Well, I find it hard to find space to first store it, and the other
Yeah,
one is to cut it. Then I have to bring it down to the kitchen table, and
yeah,
then I'll
that's the
probably end
downside.
up cutting up the kitchen table.
I just
I got
cut
one of
down-
those guillotine things, so that really speeds things up.
I
Those
just use
little
scissors.
scissors, are okay.
Yeah.
Scissors, you can go off your line though. I find you know you can.
Yeah, I got it under a mat anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, George Parker has joined us. George, do you want to mention anything?
Muted, he's muted.
George, are you there? He's muted. Okay, maybe he's just tuning in to listen. Peggy, hey Peggy, thanks for joining us. Oh, you've got your your movie set background there.
Mm. Very nice, and a lovely demo you did.
Peggy's
You're
on
muted there,
mute.
Peggy. You're on mute.
Yes, can't you tell? I'm by the seaside.
There we go. Anything to report?
I just jumping in and saying hi, listening.
Oh, great to see you.
Thank you.
That's a beautiful
I'm
painting.
on a deadline for a solo show, so I'm painting as
Oh, oh yeah.
you know what that's like.
Nothing like a solo show to get you getting to your deadline.
Multitasking.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's everyone then, unless George wants to say something. I guess he's just tuning in. Okay, well, thank you everyone. Oh, okay, it's just 8 o'clock now. Perfect timing then.
Is
Well,
this it? Over?
yeah, we started an hour ago, so
Oh, sorry.
you missed
West
that, but
Coast?
I'm recording it. I'll
West
put it up
Coast,
on
right?
YouTube so you can check the
Okay,
presentations
sure.
later.
Okay. Have a
Okay,
good week.
All right,
see you
good
later.
night.
Okay,
Good
thanks
night.
everyone for tuning in, and
Bye,
check
thank
out
you.
the magazines coming out next week, and lots of things on the way. So Visual Arts Mississauga, we'll have some stuff there. Holland trip coming up soon. September, big exhibition coming up. Yeah, lots more on the way. So we'll have some plein air paintouts too when it gets warmer as well. So we'll let you know about that. Luan, any last comments?
Oh, just say bye to everyone.
Okay.
Okay,
Bye,
Thanks
Luan.
everyone.
good
See you
night,
soon.
everybody. Good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Hi, Susharita.